26 attorneys general, yes, 26 states are taking on Washington, D.C.'s gun ban. Well, they're signing on to a lawsuit, and they're asking the Supreme Court to finally get off their asses and act. The Second Amendment has been under assault in the nation's capital. We all know that. And now these 26 attorneys general are demanding that the Supreme Court do something about it. This case could take down gun bans in Washington, D.C., California, Illinois, New York, and more. And the clock is ticking. Hey everybody, welcome back to Guns and Gadgets, the channel that brings you the truth about your gun rights without the spin. I'm Jared, and if you care about the Constitution, the Second Amendment, and the future of gun ownership in America, this is the place to be. Hit that subscribe button, click the bell, and don't miss a single update. YouTube doesn't always show these stories, but I do, loud and clear. Before I tell you the 26 states that are standing up for the Second Amendment, GunCon tickets are now on sale. This year it's in Cleveland, Ohio on June 28th at the Twist Drill building, and we're going to have an awesome time. It's going to be wicked cool. Now they have a ton of great panelists as well, like they always do. I'll be there, as will several of our friends. All the brands and creators that are going are excited to meet you guys, and tickets this year are the same price as last year, just $50, and that includes lunch and a limited edition GunCon t-shirt. There'll be giveaways, new product releases, and overall it's some of the most fun you can have at any gun event. It's going to be fantastic to get to see all of you guys there, maybe some new faces as well, since it's in Ohio this year. Oh, I should also mention that tickets for the past 3 years have sold out, so go get your tickets right now over at guncon.net. I'll see y'all in June. Now everybody's saying, all right, Jared, what are the states? Well, here they are. In addition to West Virginia, Alabama, Alaska, Arkansas, Florida, Georgia, Idaho, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, New Hampshire, North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, South Carolina, South Dakota, Texas, Utah, Virginia, and Wyoming. Now these states it's an amicus brief, and they're jumping on in support of the original case itself. All right, right now the Supreme Court is sitting on multiple cases involving bans on so-called assault weapons and large capacity magazines. That's the Snope case for the assault weapons and magazines, as well as the Rhode Island case, Ocean State Tactical versus Rhode Island for magazines as well. But another major challenge is knocking on their door, and it might just blow the whole thing wide open. This case is called Hansen v. DC, and at the heart of it, a total ban on commonly owned semi-automatic rifles and magazines that hold more than 10 rounds. The DC Circuit Court of Appeals actually admitted that these magazines are in common use for self-defense today. That is a direct quote from the Circuit Court. But somehow they still upheld the ban. How? By pulling out a 19th century law banning Bowie knives. Yeah, you heard that right. Bowie knives. And that kind of logic is what 26 Republican attorneys general, led by West Virginia's J.B. McCuskey, are now calling out in front of the highest court in the land. In their amicus brief, they argue that the common use test established in Heller should be enough. If millions of Americans lawfully own these items, then banning them violates the Second Amendment, period, point blank. But here's where things get really twisted. The lower courts are ignoring the Supreme Court's decisions. Instead of sticking to the text, history, and tradition framework from the Bruen decision, they're doing something else. They're reviving the interest balancing through the back door. Now, they claim that this so-called unprecedented societal concerns like mass shootings, combined with technological changes in firearms, justify these bans. But Bruen and Heller both made one thing clear. If a firearm or magazine is in common use, it is protected, period. The DC Circuit admitted there's no real historical precedent for banning these magazines, but they still tried to find some analogies. That's backwards, guys. In Bruen, the analogical reasoning is just a tool, not the end goal. You don't get to say, yeah, these magazines are in common use and then ban them anyway. That's not how the Second Amendment works. If SCOTUS takes this case and follows its own precedent from Heller, Caetano, McDonald, and Bruen, then DC's ban is going to fail big. And when that happens, the bans in California, New York, Illinois, Maryland, they're all next. As of 2025, the following states have restrictions on firearm magazine capacity. Typically, they limit them to 10 or 15, but this is what I either remember or was able to dig up real quick. California has a 10-round limit. Colorado, a 15-round limit. Connecticut, 10 rounds. Delaware, 17-round limit with some exceptions. Hawaii is 10-round limit for handguns only. Illinois, it varies by local jurisdiction, like Cook County and Highland Park. They're both different. Maryland is a 10-round limit. Massachusetts is 10. New Jersey is 10. New York is 10. Rhode Island is 10. Vermont is 10 on handguns and 15 for rifles. Washington is 10. Oregon is 10 as well. And many of these laws have exceptions for law enforcement, military, or pre-existing magazines. And some states like Massachusetts are trying to ban those pre-existing magazines. Now, some states also have grandfather clauses, while others do not. Court challenges are ongoing in several states, so restrictions may change. And, always check your local and state laws if you're living there or driving through there. But here's the catch. SCOTUS is already holding cases out of Maryland and Rhode Island, like I told you earlier. They've been sitting on them for freaking months with no explanation. They're relisted again for conference this Friday, which is the 9th or the 10th time that they've relisted them. I'm starting to lose count. But as they keep kicking them down the line, you have issues like California's case just came up where the Ninth Circuit upheld the ban. So is that what the Supreme Court is waiting for? They see these cases are about to pop up and reach their final judgment. So are they going to take them and lump them all together and then really destroy gun control? I hope that's what's going to happen, but you never really know unless you're in that chamber with those judges. And anybody else who says they know what's going on is blowing smoke up your, what. Now, these 26 attorneys general, in this case, aren't asking for anything new. They're not asking for a radical shift. They're just saying, follow the law, follow the Constitution, follow the court's decisions. So here's the big question. Will the Supreme Court finally step in, or will they just keep letting the lower courts play constitutional games? I'm tracking every single update, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Hit the bell so you don't miss anything new that comes out, and share this video to help spread the word. The fight for our gun rights is not slowing down, and neither are we. God bless America. Take care, y'all.